Hello again, Guardians, and welcome back to the channel for another Destiny content-related video on the Rise of Iron expansion. And in today's news, Bungie.net site did have the weekly Bungie update, and we got to see a bunch of new images, and of armor and weapons. So let's go over that right now. Moving forward, we have the Iron Lord's armor set for the Warlock, and we're going to go over this first because it's in the topic, but it's something we've already seen before. Now, this armor set does look very warm, perfect for the Cosmodrome winter. Moving forward, we have the Iron Banner armor set for the Warlock, and yes, this armor set particularly designed has the ornament attached, which makes flaming wolves in the chest piece, flaming wolves on your Warlock bond, flaming everything in your gauntlets, helmet, and boots, and just a flaming fucking badass. I can't wait to get this armor set, and yes, the ornament does equip to all pieces of gear, so you only need one ornament. Moving forward, we have the Trials of Osiris gear for the Warlock, and particularly not my personal favorite. I like the Iron Banner gear a lot more, and also the Trials of Osiris Hunter gear a lot more than the Warlocks. Then we have the Siva infused raid gear for the Warlock. Another thing, not a personal fan favorite. A lot of people really dislike the Siva gear, but it's growing on me. I'm starting to like it. Then we have this gear, something that seems to be Crucible related, and then we have the Iron Lord's Iron Banner gear ornament in action right before your eyes, Guardians. We get to talk about the sneaky little peek at the Titan's Iron Lord armor set, and as of right now it looks pretty badass. Then we've got the Iron Banner armor set, and yes, more flaming wolves, and look at that helmet, a flaming wolf helmet. Then we've got the Trials of Osiris, and look at it a little closer. Does it look like the Master Chief Halo helmet? Kind of does. Thanks, Bungie. Then we've got the Raid Gear, Siva Infused Titan Armor Set, and if you attach an ornament to it, it has some pretty badass looking rays of light shining out of the armor. Then we've also got a sneaky little peek at the Stellar Impact Gear. Nothing too fancy. Thanks to Moreconsole's gameplay, we got to figure out that this armor set doesn't look too great, and it also doesn't have any fancy abilities or perks or anything that would really make it something worth getting. Then we have the Hunter gear. Let's go over the Hunter gear. So here is the Iron Lord's armor set for the Hunter. And how do you acquire this? The fur-lined coat in all of its warmness for the winter time. Well, you're going to get a fancy little record book. And if you complete the record book, you will complete the armor sets and acquire all the gear across your Guardians. Now, we've got the Iron Banner armor gear too, and yes, the ornament is attached, and look at that. And we're going to be showing you a glimpse of the helmet a little closer with that flaming action. Now, the flaming action inside of the helmet, and all in all, this gear looks absolutely fantastic. I love it. The cloak looks great. The armor set, the chest piece, the helmet, the design of the cloak over the helmet, look at that. It absolutely looks great. And look at the gauntlets with the wolves flaming on the end of the gauntlets and the eyes of your flaming eyes. It looks like you don't even have a face anymore. Your head is just flames. Then we have the Trials of Osiris Hunter gear. My personal favorite Trials of Osiris gear coming into year 3. Yes, it's got a bunch of cats. You've got the cat-lined hood. You've got cats on your chest piece. And all around is a cool Egyptian theme. I'm going to be a cat god in the Crucible. Then we've got the Siva Raid gear. Now the Siva Raid gear for any Guardian is pretty much hit or miss whether you like it or whether you dislike it. Now with the Hunter gear, I personally love the Hunter gear. The cloak looks pretty awesome and I'd like to get my hands on the cloak. Other than that, I think the helmet on the Titan looks the best, and the chest piece on the Warlock is completely stupid, but that's my personal preference, and honestly, Guardians, it's hit or miss whether you like it or whether you don't like it. Now, we do have the male version right here, and yes, from the female version to the male version, it doesn't change very much, but it does look like a stockier build, and the male version does look a little better than the female version. And there it is, Guardians. Now we have a cool little glimpse of a new weapon from the Trials of Osiris. Here is the auto rifle out of Trials of Osiris, and then here is the pulse rifle out of Trials of Osiris, and obviously, we've already seen the scout rifle. Here it is, Guardians. And yes, there you have it. That's all of the cool information of this video. You got to see some new weapons out of Trials of Osiris. You got to see some really cool concept arts for all of the armor coming into Destiny's Year 3, from the Iron Lords to the Iron Banner to a bunch of other stuff. The raid gear looks pretty sick with certain Guardian pieces, but other Guardian pieces don't look that great. And if you want to see more information, click this image, and I'll see you, Guardians, in the next video.